Portuguese Special Forces in Africa. Let's go.
We have a moral satisfaction because you can look at the population in their eyes and you can see that they are thankful for you. They rejoice with the fact that somebody stood in front of them to help.
Now, I've heard mixed messages on guys that have worked on UN missions. I'm glad he said that. It gives me some solace. Hopefully, UN's doing what the purpose is, some good things. For those of you guys that have worked in UN missions, this type of thing in particular, put that in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience.
Deep in the heart of Africa, meet the Portuguese Special Forces. They conduct unilateral or joint stabilization operations for MINUSCA, the United Nations multi-dimensional peacekeeping mission in the Central African Republic. George Moto is a platoon commander with the Portuguese paratroopers. He and 180 personnel are here in the capital Bangui, serving in MINUSCA as Quick Reaction Forces. The Special Forces, alongside other peacekeepers, provide the mission with strategic and operational capabilities to protect civilians. They train night and day.
I don't know a whole lot about the Portuguese Special Forces, but I can tell you the guys I've spoke with who worked in Africa, whether it be Mali, Niger, which we saw, we had some Green Berets get killed. There's constant conflict and danger for these guys. It typically seems like a simple thing, but the weather is terrible. The climate's not conducive to what they're used to. And the mission set is tricky. It's not like go assault that objective and you're done. You're trying to be a peacekeeper, keep the radicals out. So it's a really complex issue here with these UN forces.
Often going through tactical drills such as close combat training, shooting drills to maintain high responsiveness and operational effectiveness.
I do keep my soldiers busy all the time, not only in the operations but as well as physical training, because it is important to keep them physically fit for the endeavors they take during the operational training and the operational exercises and everything that they need to do.
Like
the guys all look like total studs. You see these guys? And most of these SF troops do, but these guys look like specimens.
The situation in the Central African Republic, or CAR, can change in an instant. One day everything is calm, the next it could all erupt into violence. The rebels have become opportunists who take advantage of the chaotic landscape, shifting battle lines, and the struggling government. Such was the case in November, when the UPC rebels advanced into Bambari, a town in the west of the country. They erected barriers and illegal checkpoints to seize control of the town that hosts tens of thousands of internally displaced people.
The situation in Bambari start escalating in such way that after a while the armed groups control part of the city. When we say control, they were able to tax the people, to expel the population from their houses, control some of the roads, and that kind of escalation.
You got a place in the world with such a radically different culture, so the Portuguese, or NATO in this case, are trying to go in and do some crowd control, create some stability. The problem becomes once you leave, whether it be the Portuguese working with NATO, or whether it be another group working with NATO, once you leave the area, you create this vacuum, and you can see that there's constant warring factions trying to control whether it be money or any kind of natural resources.
Lots of population to move away from their homes, and when you reach that point, you need to do something.
Determined to stop the armed group's hostility against the population, MINUSCA's leadership scrambled the UN's Quick Reaction Forces. It deployed a company of specially trained light infantry soldiers to stop the UPC rebels from advancing further, while simultaneously negotiating the removal of the rebel leader from the vicinity. Reports of armed groups on the outskirts of any town in CAR not only brings fear to the community, but also increases chances of other disgruntled rebel factions taking advantage of the situation by trying to control other parts of the country.
You know, who the bad guy is day 1 may be different than day 10, who your ally is. So these Portuguese special forces have a tough mission here because it's quick reaction to an incident. And you can't really say, okay, that guy's got the red coat on, he's the bad guy. Really feel like this is a no-win situation for these guys going in, but great training to test their mettle because they're going to get a lot of missions.
As the peacekeepers inched closer, a fusillade of AK-47 fire erupted.
So, Viper, confirm right now the enemy, it's your 9 o'clock. And we are taking fire from the north and from the east. How copy?
At noon, another attempt by the rebels aimed at the peacekeepers was met with resistance. This time, peacekeepers escalated the fight to the rebels and nothing would stop them. When the noise of the attack subsided, the peacekeepers initiated a shoot.
A lot of questions come up on the channel about young guys asking, hey, I want to be an XYZ unit to get in the action, right? And they think of, well, Afghanistan's dying down. Where am I going to go if I'm in the military to, test my mettle, right? Well, you can see there's always something going on in the world. The Portuguese over here in a quick reaction force in Africa trying to sort of be a peacekeeper is the best way to describe it and react to things that NATO directs them to. They don't know who the good guy or bad guy is. It's the guy that's shooting at them. So there's always something going on around the world, and this just illustrates that point.
Pause enter procedure, knocking on doors, going house by house and checking in every corner of the town. The Portuguese paratroopers confiscated weapons and collected useful data and other intelligence that will help in other missions.
Every time that we leave the places where we go, we have a moral satisfaction because you can look at the population in their eyes and you can see that they are thankful for you. They clap, they sing, they rejoice with the fact that somebody stood in front of them to help them. And
it's refreshing to hear that, basically saying he feels good about it. He's got moral satisfaction because the people here in Africa, somebody gives a shit. And I truly believe he's getting that feeling from them. And that's important when you're doing these type of missions, right? You're going there. It's far from home. Portugal's got no interest in it to speak of, right? They're part of the UN. They're tasked with it. It's kind of cute when you go, when you're a new guy. You think, okay, I'm going to get to do this stuff that I was trained to. Then you get there, right? And you guys ever been on any of these long, drawn-out, hurry-up-and-wait type of missions, whether it be with the UN, whether it be in Bosnia, or you name it? I mean, there's been so many of these things that aren't high visibility or people don't remember.
It was important for the United Nations to step forward and say, no, we are here, and if you do that again, we are going to fight back. We are going to react and avoid that you continue to do the harm to these people.
The Portuguese contingent have conducted countless stabilization operations in the whole of Central African Republic. However, the operations alone will never be a decisive factor in bringing peace to Central Africa, especially when the change in tactics and the use of unconventional warfare by armed groups continues. This is why today, the peacekeepers have diverted their attention to another unique group of people that hold the future of this country, the young generation.
This topic came up on a Twitch stream about conventional warfare. Does anybody think we're going to see conventional warfare again? And as he just said, conventional warfare, for the most part, I can't recall one almost since Korea, where the bad guys line up, They keep their uniforms on and die with honor. So you're going to have these asymmetrical type conflicts where the good guys one day are the bad guys a week from now. What they always try to do, which is very heartwarming, but I don't know it always works, is try to get to the young people and teach them a better way. Again, they're stuck in a bad position, the young folks. I don't know if it's going to change. What do you guys think? Put that in the comments.
In a special moment for the youth, the Portuguese have laid down their weapons for a different mission. They are engaging with students at Benji School in the capital, Bangui. The outreach program identifies students who perform exceptionally well in the academics and show good leadership qualities in school and also in their community.
Do you think NATO has been effective in its mission in peacekeeping efforts over the years? Put that in the comments.
In turn, this allows them longer hours in the classroom. The youth are vulnerable to being recruited by armed groups, and the lack of employment opportunities leads many into acts of crime. Those younger are not left out either. Each receive toys, pencils, and school supplies.
Well, I hope the Portuguese, or NATO in this case, has better luck than we've had trying these type of missions. We go in, provide medical care, we provide things to the populace, and it doesn't seem to work out. As soon as we pull out, it goes back to the way it was. You guys got some good examples where we made a difference. We being the UN, not saying we haven't, it's just there's so many examples of things where as soon as we leave, things go back to the way they were. Liberia coming to the top of mind.
The excitement both from the peacekeepers and the students in the school is profound.
The young people are the future. The kids are the future for each country and are the future for the Republic, Central African Republic. Them to give to the children and to have a small gift. It's only a small gift, a symbolic gift, but it's a gift for our art, from the Portuguese art.
Peacekeepers serving in the United Nations missions all over the world risk their lives every day to protect the civilians in the countries they are serving.
We've tried so many things on peacekeeping missions. Usually go in to be a peacekeeper, you side with one party or the other. I can think of Lebanon and the bombing of the Marine barracks. And I believe it's 1982. We went in to keep peace. We get caught on one side or the other and bad things happen. I really hope the Portuguese have more success than the United States has had.
Members of the Rapid Reaction Special Forces under the umbrella of the United Nations mission in the Central African Republic are no different.
If you guys like this video, check in the cards above. There should be some other good stuff for you. Thanks for watching.